Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, or welcome back. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Caterina, or Kat, and this is Infinite Wellness Within. In today's Pick a Card reading, our topic is what's going on with the situation on your mind. Once you choose your card, you can find the timestamps in the description box below, which will take you to your reading. If you want to book a personal reading with me, you can do that on my website, which is also linked below. Please remember that is the only way to book any of my services with me. If anyone reaches out to you, just know that is not me. What's going on with the situation on your mind? Okay, I feel like we have this one here, and then we have group number 2 and group number 3. All right, so group number 1, you have steady path, and you also have the Kyanite. Group number 2, you have Earth Oracle, and you also have the green Goldstone. Group number 3, you have Stillness, and you have the Kambaba Jasper. Please take your time choosing your card or cards. It's perfectly fine to choose more than one card if you're drawn to more than one. The most important thing is that you listen to your intuition, and I'll see you in your readings. Hello, group number 1. You have the Kyanite, and your card is Steady Path, Pomona and Steady Path. So, you can see all of the apples here. So there are apples on the tree, there's some on the ground, and then this person here has apples. So what I'm feeling here is that you are on the path to abundance. You're on the path to receiving something that you've been working hard for. It's like you're doing all the hard work, you're putting in all the effort to receive what is due to you. Now, I do feel like whatever it is that you're working on, whatever your situation is on your mind, which is our topic today, I feel like it's a process. I feel like this is something that's not going to happen overnight. For some of you, this could be something that you've been working on for quite some time. But Spirit says you're on the right track and you're on a steady path. Like I see you working like very diligently or being very focused on something, like getting somewhere, doing something, accomplishing something. So the Spirit is saying, look, everything looks pretty good from what they're showing me. So basically, keep on this path, keep doing what you're doing, and everything's going to fall into place. So I'm also hearing to stay grounded and try to stay present with what you're doing. And by doing that, or a way that might help you do that, is knowing that you've done everything right in the past up until this point. Right now you're doing everything right. And so Spirit is saying, try to keep focusing on what you're doing instead of when you're going to see results, because I feel that there's something about like 3 to 6 months that I'm feeling for you, or it could even be 3 to 6 weeks. So somewhere in that time range, I'm feeling like you're going to see something pretty significant. Now, it might not be like the full culmination of everything that you want to see, but it's some sort of like things coming into balance a little bit, or seeing like some very significant progress with something that you have going on. So let's look at your other cards. I feel like these are for you. So you have Hunter's Moon, Goals, Driving Force, Ancestors, and Spirit Guides. Okay, so the first thing that's really catching my attention, it's also number 38. Okay, now 38, and I'll tell you what was first catching my attention, but now I want to talk about 38 real quick. I feel like this is confirmation that you're very close to receiving something. You're very close to seeing some sort of progress, because once you hit 40, then that's like this new path or a new journey, or after you've seen some significant progress, then you're kind of on a new mental wavelength where it's like, oh, okay, now I'm seeing things are starting to happen. So just keep that in mind. Now, aside from that, the first thing that was catching my attention was the skull down here. So I feel like there's some sort of significant knowledge that you will be receiving soon, some kind of significant door that's closing, but not in like a negative way. It's just like you've accomplished this here, so you're going to close that door, and then you're going to step into this new not direction, because you're going to continue going where you're going, but it's like an up leveling somehow. And you can see the two lanterns here. This really signifies what I was saying earlier about staying present. You've done everything right so far. I just feel like you're so on target with paying attention to signs, synchronicities, your intuitive feelings, and you're going to also be receiving signs about how to proceed in the future as well, how to move forward with things. So yeah, it's all very, very positive for you. All right. And then you have Jaguar, confidence, shining your light, reaching potential, and self-love. It's number 18. Do you see right here for the third eye chakra? It's also the 18 corresponds to the moon card. So your intuition, I feel, is on point. Keep doing what you're doing. Spirit is saying that again. Keep doing what you're doing. I feel like there's something that's going to cross your path. And again, it's happening pretty soon, but it's going to either get you to the next level or be some sort of confirmation that, oh, okay, now I feel a little more confident since this happened that I am on the right path. So I'm seeing that you're on the right path, but I feel like you know pretty much that you're on the right path. It's just like every now and then self-doubt kind of creeps in, and I feel that's because things may be taking a little bit longer, or it's like you've received a part of what you're reaching for, what you're, working toward, but you can't see everything else that's like really so close to you. So I just feel like there's something that happens that kind of shifts your perspective, your focus. And then not only do you see this down here and what you have here, but now once this shift happens, then you're seeing the whole entire tree here. So once again, reaching potential, that confirms what I said earlier, that abundance is on its way to you. So just remember that. Okay, I feel like you have 3 cards. So you have the energy is gaining momentum. Do you see what I'm saying? Yeah, so I feel like your situation is kind of multi-layered. There's a lot going on with the situation, or there's a lot to research, achieve, accomplish, finding the answers to a lot of different things. But I feel like you've done a lot of that already. And once again, I'm just feeling like something is on its way to you with these birds here. There's some sort of knowledge, some sort of communication, a message, a letter, some sort of contract or something, some kind of news coming in. And I feel that is directly connected to what I was saying here with you're about to receive something, or something's about to cross your path, where it's like, oh, okay, all this hard work I've been putting into this, it's not for nothing. Like I am seeing something happening. Confidence is your key to success, new moon in Leo. Isn't there confidence right here with Jaguar? So have confidence that you're doing the right thing, that you're taking all the right steps. And look at all the cats that you have. You have the cat here, the Jaguar, and the lion here. So I feel like some of you set out on a path of doing your own thing, of following your own path, of creating something for yourself, something that's going to bring you a great sense of abundance, of accomplishment, independence, just a feeling of really like also a lot of gratitude in the way that things have come together for you. I just feel like there's something that you're working on or thinking about doing that's going to be so fulfilling to you. Just abundant on a lot of different levels. You are good enough. So the first thing that I saw with this is that it wasn't enough. Okay, I saw you are good, meaning you're on the right path. Keep doing what you're doing. That's what I saw. Now, maybe some of you are lacking confidence, or your confidence is a little beat down right now. If things are taking a little bit longer than what you expected, Spirit says, look, you're good enough. In fact, you're so good at whatever this is that you're going to accomplish exactly what you want to accomplish. Now, I'm feeling that for some of you, whatever this is, it could be even better than what you initially expected. So that's something to keep in mind as well. What else can you tell us for group number 1? What's going on with the situation on group number 1's mind? All right, I think these will fit right here. Let's see. Yep, perfect. Okay. The 3 of coins. Okay. You have another sign here that you're going to hit your target. Look at this person here, has the bow and arrow going right at these 3 pentacles right here. And oh my gosh, look at the synchronicities. You have the apples hanging from the tree here, and you have the pentacles hanging from the tree here. So if you don't know that you're on the right path yet so far in this reading, then here's another sign for you. So I feel like you're going to have some options regarding something, or you're going to have new ideas with something. Some of you may have a choice to make regarding, like, let's say you have multiple offers coming in for something, and then all of a sudden it's like, wait a minute, I'm doing my thing, I'm going about my business, and I wanted, one thing to happen, and now I have 3, and now I have to choose, and oh my gosh, now I have a really difficult decision to make, so, which is a good thing, right? But it might be a difficult decision. But the 3 of coins, this is also about that slow and steady progress that I was feeling with this, your very first card. So keep doing what you're doing. The Ace of Swords, this is what I was talking about, where you're receiving some sort of communication, a message, a letter, some sort of like literal letters that would make up a word, right? So it could be a physical letter where you're receiving like a letter in the mail. But I am seeing literally letters. So some of you may be receiving a degree or a certificate or something like that. Excuse me. But whatever this is that you are receiving, it's going to take you to the next level. It's some sort of information. So it's okay. Here it is. It's giving you power to achieve the next level of your plan, whatever that is. Oh, you know what else it could be? Those letters that I was seeing. So it could be initials, abbreviations. If some of you are moving to a new location, to a new city, a new state, a new country, whatever the initials are for that place, that could also be, now it's extremely specific, but that could be why I was seeing those. And I didn't see any letters in particular. It was just actual letters. So letters in the alphabet. So keep that in mind as well. So you have the 2 of coins. Yeah, things are coming together for you. And see, once again, this is making me think that this happens. There's some sort of union, connection, that happens after you receive this information over here. And what it does is it helps balance things. It helps ground things even more. It helps to really kind of water the roots that you've already planted in the soil. And it really allows things to kind of sprout more and to come to life. So you will have even more apples on this tree once this Ace of Swords happens, because this is leading into this right here. Whatever it is, it's very complementary. These 2 things go together very, very well. So I would say it's something that you are expecting. It's not a surprise, I don't feel. It's kind of it's finally here. That's the energy that I'm feeling from this. I feel like there's something else with this. For some of you, you know how I talked about 3 things possibly coming in here or multiple things coming in? It could be that you just need to eliminate one thing and you can keep 2 of the things that came in here. So I'm not really getting any more specific information. If that makes sense to you, I'm hearing that you'll absolutely know what I'm talking about. So let's see what else you have. The 2 of Swords. Look at this energy. So you have Pentacle, Sword, Pentacle, Sword. Very interesting. Well, the 2 of Swords here is indicating that you may have a decision to make once again. But the thing is I'm seeing that 2 again. So, let me see. Okay, there's something coming through with the 2. And what's interesting is you have 1 flower here, and then you have 2 flowers over here. So, oh my gosh, what is this message that's trying to come through? It's so specific, but I feel like it has meaning for like a lot of people. Just like, you know, kind of different meanings because this is a general readings, but it's still like the general meaning is the same for a lot of people, but then there's specifics in there that are for individual people watching this. So it's something about you and then like 2 other things coming together to join you in something, or let's say like it's you and then you're receiving a degree. So that would be the first thing. And then with that degree, you're able to go get a job, right? And so not everybody's in school here, but you can kind of think of that. Like, let's say that you are working a job, you take a class, and because of that class, you get a promotion at work. So something like that, you know, you can kind of plug in your own situation into that scenario. But yeah, it's something like that where all of these things kind of come together in a very intricate way. Okay, so you have the Page of Coins. So once again, I'm feeling like there's a new path, and it's this slow and steady path. But I do feel like there's a new door opening for you. I feel like you're going to have to evaluate something. You're going to have to make a decision about, do I want to receive this? Do I want to wait for something else to come along? What do I want to do? So Spirit is saying, as long as there's no pressure regarding you making a decision with these options, that's the first thing to consider. If there's pressure, like, oh, we need an answer in 2 hours. And so if you feel like you don't have the time to like logically and intuitively look at everything, Spirit is saying that is probably a sign that that's a no for you. And to have confidence that in saying no to that one thing, something else is coming in almost immediately after that. So take your time when you're evaluating options, you know, people, places, things, situations that you may need to consider joining forces with. If something doesn't feel right, it's probably not right. You probably already know that, but Spirit wanted to just add that in as a little reminder. Yeah, you have the Justice card. So I definitely feel like there could be a contract, some sort of written communication coming in for you. I feel I'm hearing something about things being stalled or things being delayed. I feel like that is coming to an end for you. And so if you are experiencing a delay with something, just know that the energy is gaining momentum. Especially here with the Two of Swords and the Page of Coins, it's like something is on its way to you, something that you're going to have to make a decision about. And Spirit says in the meantime, while you're waiting for this to happen, don't think that things have stopped, because what's happening is on the other side, whatever you're waiting for, it's getting ready for you. So a perfect opportunity, a perfect opening, whatever it is that you are hoping to achieve or accomplish, there are things going on that side. And so in the meantime, keep doing what you're doing over here so that you're fully prepared when this happens. But yeah, With this Justice card, I'm seeing roadblocks are coming to an end. Definitely you're gaining power, you're gaining strength with something. And I just feel like you're joining forces with something, and it's very, very balanced. Just like we have the Two of Coins here, where it's just like this very balanced energy. You're kind of solidifying the Two of Coins over here with the Justice card. The Six of Wands. This is a victory card. And it's very interesting how you have like the main person here and then 3 people in the back, because I just feel like for some of you, this could be joining forces with another person or with a group of people. And then for others of you, it's like you're joining forces in connecting the dots that you needed to move forward with something. So like I said earlier, like let's just say if you're in school or you're taking a class or something for your work, so that would be like the first dot. And then the second dot is receiving a new job or a promotion. And then the next thing, which is over here, which is a little distant from these two here, it's like then you can reflect on your progress after you've been in this situation for a little while, and then there's like movement again. So I feel like this situation that you have, it doesn't end. It's kind of a cycle where you learn and grow, and then you move forward, and then you learn and grow, and then you move forward. So yeah, but it's bringing you a lot of abundance, whatever this is, a lot of growth, a lot of success, happiness. I feel there's like admiration that other people have for your success and what you have achieved. So that could be people in a professional relationship, friends, family, you know, anything like that. You have the Wheel of Fortune. Wow. So I am picking up, see, I'm trying to see, I'm not sure, is this a turtle? Because it looks like a turtle, but then it doesn't. It looks like a dragon, but then it kind of looks like a turtle. So the energy that I'm picking up from that is that things are going to be moving. So things are going a little bit slower right now, but I feel that it's picking up the pace, whatever this is, and things are starting to come together for you. I feel there's also a delay coming to an end, and that's when you receive this information here. And it makes sense. Like this information that you're receiving, it's like as clear as day. It could not be any clearer of a path to go or an option to choose. So if anything comes through that's a little bit fuzzy or a little bit vague, that's not what you're looking for. There's something when it comes through, it is like you're hitting the target on the mark, and there's no doubt that you have hit the bullseye. So I hope that makes sense. So you have the 8 of Swords. Yeah, because you're no longer stuck. Now I mean, some of you may feel like you've kind of come to a plateau with your situation. But I feel like that's only because you're missing a critical piece of information or a critical sign, or, you know, it's kind of like maybe you're standing there ready to take action with something, but you haven't quite seen that perfect thing arrive yet. And so you're standing there ready, but until this thing arrives, you're kind of waiting. That's a common theme in your reading here. But Spirit is saying that there's still something that you're doing while you're waiting. And if you're not, Spirit says that there is something that you can do to kind of keep yourself on your feet and being fully 100% prepared for this new thing that's coming in. The Lover's card. Yeah, this really kind of speaks to everything that we've seen so far in your reading. So things are coming together. Absolutely. What you're looking for is also looking for you. You will find this thing. There is some sort of like union, things coming together here. There is also kind of like a waiting period, waiting for the perfect thing to show up, right? We've talked about a lot of these things. Things are about to blossom for you. I feel like you have the flowers here from the plants here. You have the tree that's producing fruit here. Spirit says it's just a matter of time before everything comes together for you. Some of you are going to have a choice to make, I'm telling you. You're going to have a choice to make where you have to choose between 2 or 3 things. Yeah. Some of, like, let's say for instance, I'm seeing for some of you, this could be, if you, like, let's just say for instance, it's about work and you have a job and there's 2 different opportunities that are coming up at your work. So you're going to have to choose between the 2, or you have multiple job offers, or you have multiple places where you could move and you're going to have to kind of decipher which one you want to go to. But here's the thing. It's going to be quite obvious which one, or because some of you are going to be able to choose 2 of these things, and it's going to be incredibly obvious. I feel whatever it is that's meant for you, it's going to stand out in its own unique way for each individual watching this. And this is exactly what it's going to bring you, the 10 of Cups. There's so much happiness here, so much abundance. It's like, oh my gosh, it has finally happened. Yeah, I feel like that's how you're going to feel. The wait is over. The wait is going to be worth it. And I do feel like things could kind of happen all at once where you're kind of thrown into something where it's like, whoa, wait a minute. I really wanted things to kind of speed up and hurry up, but now everything's happening all at once. And Spirit is saying, look, it's perfectly fine. If you can't juggle everything at one time, you're going to be able to kind of tackle what you can, and then round 2, tackle those next few things. Because if you look at this card here, your first card, so you have, once again, I'm going to point out, you have the apples in the tree here. She has some apples in her dress, and then there are apples on the ground. Well, it's kind of a similar thing here, because this person here is holding a cup here. And then there's a few up in the air, very similar to the apples here. And then there's some that are kind of falling to the ground, but they're safely falling to the ground. Like these apples down here are perfectly fine. They still hold the nutrients, nutrition, all of that stuff. So meaning that you don't have to do everything all at once. Once it happens for you, it may be a little overwhelming, but just take a deep breath. Everything's going to be okay. All right, let's look at your last card. So, wow, this is really interesting. So you have the 10 of Wands here. What this is saying is that you doing everything and not really seeing the end, you not seeing the light at the end of the tunnel yet, that's coming to an end for you. Do you see these? It looks like they may be flowers, but the first thing I thought of was leaves falling from a tree. So a season is changing for you. I just feel like there could be something that happens in like 3 months for you, 3 to 6, but something and it could be 3 weeks too, but I feel 3 months, there's something that's happening, I feel. And what that is happening is that some of your burden is lessening, like a lot of it, because there's a great sense of relief, like, okay, now I see this. Now I see that I am moving forward. I am receiving things. So that is what I see for you. I hope this helped you. I hope it gave you some insight into your situation. If you like this, please like and subscribe. And if you ever want to book a personal reading with me, you can do that on my website, which is linked below. Thank you so much for watching. Hello, group number 2. You have the green Goldstone. You also have Gaia and Earth Oracle. Well, the energy that I'm getting from this is that you are being called to go on a new path. You're being called towards something, and you may not know exactly why you're being called somewhere or towards something, but I feel this has very, like a very deep soul significance to you. Kind of like a path that you're going on or about to go on is leading you toward accomplishing something that you're supposed to be doing in this lifetime. And I get a sense of nurturing something. So definitely nurturing like your inner soul, nurturing a gift that you have, nurturing a vision that you have, and really seeing this kind of mature into going from like just a vision that you have into reality. So I feel like you're about to go on a path, and within that path, you're going to accomplish a lot of pretty significant things in your life. Kind of like this could change like the entire trajectory of your life, because I feel like you're being led down this path, but once you go down this path, there's like other things that kind of fall into line, which also end up changing your entire life as well. So, but all these changes are really, really positive. I feel like where you're going is a place of accomplishment, feeling very peaceful, feeling like you are making a difference in your life, possibly in other people's lives. Some of you are going to be giving back to the community in the sense of you're going to be starting something that will help other people. So yeah, it's just you're on a path to where you're supposed to be. So it's going to bring you a lot of happiness, peace, abundance, all of those things. Okay, you have 2 cards. Storm Moon, stepping away from drama, boundaries, and revelation. It's also number 31. So something may have happened in your life that kind of made you start thinking about the greater significance of your life, or thinking about what you should be doing in this lifetime, where you want to be, where you want to be going. Also, what could have happened here is that you had like a flash of insight. You had a memory, like a soul memory about a path that you're supposed to be taking. And I feel like also some of you may have been on a path where you felt a lot of roadblocks, a lot of boundaries, where you couldn't get anything done, you couldn't accomplish anything, or maybe there was just a sense of great confusion, a sense of not knowing exactly, like, are you going in the right direction? Are you in the right place? Because it feels like something felt kind of off. Something just didn't feel quite right. And that is exactly what's leading you down this path. If you see this kind of windy path here, I feel that's because you had to veer off and go into this kind of opposite direction in order for you to find your true path, in order for you to kind of, because I feel like you were stumbling along with something, but it just wasn't quite getting going or something like that. In a weird way, that got you thinking about where you are supposed to be, because it did not feel right. Things weren't coming into fruition as you would have hoped. And so it's like, okay, let me think about this and possibly change my direction. So I feel that's exactly where you are now, or where you are going. So you have pink moon, renewal, growth, rebirth, and nature. Do you see what's happening here? So here you have the storm moon, which is leading you right to the pink moon. It's also number 32. Look at that, 31 and 32. So just confirmation for what I've been saying. So yeah, you're about to step into, or you are already stepping into, renewal, growth, rebirth. And it's I can't talk. It's interesting that you have nature here, and then you have Gaia here with the Earth Oracle. So definitely going from a place of feeling kind of out of place to feeling very, very grounded within a new person, or with new people, places, things, and situations. What else can you tell us for group number 2? And I think you have 3 here. All right, hold your vision, fixed moon. Absolutely, hold your vision with whatever you're being called to, whatever is drawing you to it. Will there be some challenges along the way? Yeah, but these are challenges that will make you stronger, will make your vision stronger, and it's like they're healthy challenges. So it's like you're not going to be bored with whatever it is that you're starting. I feel like it's going to be exciting. And what is that? What else is coming through here? There's something about getting to the other side. I feel like the challenges that you experienced over here, you will not be experiencing when you go into this new situation. So when you go from here to here, there's resistance, there's frustration that's going to dissipate, and it's not going to come back. So any challenges that you have over here, I just feel like they're things that you figure out very quickly. And it's more kind of just learning the ropes with things instead of trying to get something to happen and it's not working. So I hope that makes sense. Your dreams need a practical plan, full moon in Taurus. So what I heard with this card when I turned it over is start planning. Get ready to take some action. Isn't this interesting? Hold your vision and your dreams need a practical plan. So keep thinking about it, keep brainstorming, keep researching, keep doing anything that you need to do to move forward with this. Spirit is saying get fully immersed and fully grounded in this idea because it's going to work out for you. I feel it's going to bring you a lot of what has been missing in your life or what you have been looking for, or even if there's just been some kind of void in your life, that void is going to be filled when you step into this energy here. I mean, come on. Surrender to the divine full moon. Yeah, exactly. And what is this divine that I'm feeling in your reading? It's that pull towards something. It's also this situation here not working. It's not working. And Spirit is saying no matter how hard you try to make this work, you're always going to come up against resistance because this here is your true path. So surrender to the divine within these two situations here. And that is what is going to lead you right here to your dreams. It's very exciting. And I feel some of you have a little sense of fear, you know, kind of like taking a leap of faith and being a little bit afraid right before you do. But Spirit is showing me that everything is going to work out for you quite magically. What else can you tell us for group number 2? What's going on with the situation on group number 2's mind? You have the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles in your very first card here is Earth Oracle. I mean, look at that success that is waiting for you. This is amazing. You have an amazing idea. I really feel that this is what you're supposed to be doing. Whatever you're thinking about right now, that's what you're supposed to be doing. You're going to be very successful. There's a lot of accomplishments that you're going to make. I feel like there's some sort of status that you're receiving now. This could be in the sense of some of you will be reaching a status where people know your name, where you're very popular. People trust, like if you're doing some sort of work in the situation, people trust your work, they trust your character, they feel like you're putting effort into things, you're taking care with things, and you're building a life for yourself that you deserve to have. And you're also building something that it's going to bring you a lot of security in your life. Like you're going to feel very safe and secure within this idea that you have. And it is something that it's going to grow, and it's going to grow over time. But it's also something that I feel once you step inside it, once you see this particular thing that you want to do or see happen in your life, once you step into that, it's going to be like, oh, this is where I'm meant to be. This is where I should have been all along. Look at this. Now you have the Ace of Pentacles. What's going on? There's a new foundation that you're starting, and let me tell you, when you plant those seeds, those flowers are going to blossom. Look at these beautiful flowers around this pentacle. Whatever this is, it is feeding your soul, and the universe is going to reward you. That I just heard you finally figured it out. You finally figured out your path. You finally discovered your true calling. You finally discovered where you're supposed to lay your roots. So some of you are going to be moving somewhere new. I feel also a lot of you have discovered kind of a sense of independence, freeing yourself from things that once held you in place, or things that once held you, or the things that kept you. Yes, that's what it is. The boundaries, things that like prevented movement and growth in your life. You're realizing what the problem was, and you're realizing how to fix that or how to just leave that behind altogether. and how to step into the energy, the light, this growth process, this rebirth that you're going through. So yeah, there's definitely a cycle that you're in the midst of or about to be in the midst of. It's a transition, a transformation. It's very exciting. Yeah, look at that. You have the Eight of Cups. Do you see? Walking away from something that wasn't working for you, saying, okay, I'm out of here. See you later. It's been great. Maybe not, but you know what I'm saying? It's like do you see the stepping away from drama right here on Storm Moon, and boundaries, revelation. So you're walking away from something here because you're either coming to awareness that this is just not going to work for you. Something, maybe you worked very, very hard to achieve your goals here, but it's just not, it's not being fulfilled. Your dream is not being fulfilled here. Maybe you were taken advantage of. Maybe you were not receiving from the situation like you should have been receiving. Maybe it wasn't reciprocal. Whatever it was, this card right here is literally like a visual of these two cards here. This is what you're leaving behind, which are the cups here. This is what you're moving toward. So you can see the stars right here. So that's what you're moving toward with the pink moon. You have the Two of Cups. Yeah, because where you were, it wasn't this. Remember everything I just said. It wasn't reciprocated. It wasn't your true vision. It was a mismatch. Something just was not working. You weren't grounded there. Where you're going is very grounded. There's a sense of establishment. So what does that mean exactly? Establishment is something that's growing. Some of you, that means establishing a name for yourself. Some of you, that's establishing relationships with people, places, things, and situations. So for some of you, it's a romantic relationship. For others of you, it's, establishing yourself in a career, a new career, a new job, around new people, new friends, moving somewhere new and establishing yourself there, establishing your roots in something. And it's going to bring you a great, great sense of happiness and emotional fulfillment. And then, wow, now you have the Four of Wands. Wow. So some of you will be signing a contract with something. So this contract can be a marriage contract. You could be finding a new home, putting a lease down on like a business environment, so an office or something like that, signing a new contract for work. But do you see how we're continuing here, where here you're leaving behind something that's not working. Here you're finding exactly what you were looking for over here. And then here with the Four of Wands, there's a celebration because you're setting those roots down. There's commitment from the new environment that you're in, and you are fully committed to this environment. And so there's a strong foundation that's being built. So here we're seeing that you're literally on your way to the King of Pentacles. Same thing with the Two of Cups. It's like you have a vision here. You're stepping into that vision, and here you're continuing to build it to become the King of Pentacles over here. There's a very, very strong energy regarding you shifting into something new in your life. So you have the Hermit. Yeah, I feel that this storm over here was created for you to go inward and figure out, like, why do I feel this way? What is not working? What can I do to change things? What is it that's just, it's kind of like, what is it? Like, kind of like you feel something's off, and it's like, what is this? Why aren't things working? Why do I feel like so frustrated and anxious and like I can't concentrate on anything? Well, you see, you have the Hermit here and surrender to the divine. It's like, oh, something's coming to light. And then when you get this enlightenment, you kind of discover everything that I just said. You figure out what was wrong, how to fix it, where to go, how to make it happen. And then you step into this card here, where you're kind of developing a practical plan. And you're so close to going from the Hermit card into a development phase of whatever this is that you have going on here. So if you don't have it yet, if you don't have this vision yet, Spirit says that you will. Just tap into your intuition, listen to signs, synchronicities, communication, conversations from the universe, because you're going to be receiving downloads and information from the universe. All right, so here you have the Page of Cups. This is a very interesting Page of Cups. I feel that there is some divine wisdom that's literally going to be dropped in your lap. And once you see it, it's going to be so enlightening. It's like that moment. It's like what you were waiting for with the Hermit card. You went inward because you were trying to figure something out. Now here, you receive that information, and it's something that goes so far back in your soul code, in your DNA code. I feel that this is what you've been waiting your whole life to start. This is something that it's whatever it is, it's very, very significant in your life, on your path. It's literally changing almost everything in your life, it for the positive, very, very positive. And it's also something that I feel you will be doing or immersed in, or it will be a part of your life for the rest of your life. Absolutely, for the rest of your life. Especially when we look at the King of Pentacles here. This is definitely a younger version of this particular Page of Cups. So do you see what I'm saying? What you're building with this idea is going to last a lifetime. Yeah, very interesting. So you have the Hangman here. Do you see the enlightenment? You have this great sense of direction, of knowing like, oh, okay, this is it. And I can tell you, once you receive this information from the Hermit card, I feel like that's, well, okay. So I feel like you're going through this transition process for a little bit of time. But once you receive this information in the Hermit card, I feel like you sit with it for a little while, you research it, you kind of examine it, you think about it. And then what happens is almost like a second enlightenment where it's like, okay, now I know 100% without a doubt that that is my new path, that is where I'm supposed to be going. And I think that it really frees you. It creates a great sense of freedom in your life regarding where you're no longer attached in one way or another to this over here and what you're leaving here in the Eight of Cups. And isn't it so fitting that this Hangman is right below the Ace of Pentacles? Because this is showing that once you get this second sense of enlightenment, it's like confirmation that, okay, what I saw with the Hermit card is real, and that is the path I'm supposed to be going on. That's when you set off on this new path with the Ace of Pentacles here. And also the Hangman is right before the Death card, so in the tarot deck. So that is, you know, definitely showing that you're going through a transformation, life or death and rebirth. Sorry, I can't even talk. And moving into a new cycle in your life that's going to be, I feel like it's going to be the most productive cycle in your life, because you're going to accomplish like the most emotional fulfillment, soul fulfillment with this new cycle. So you may have accomplished a lot already in your life, but this I feel is going to be one of, if not the most fulfilling things that you've ever done in your lifetime. Yes. Oh my gosh, this makes so much sense. So you have the Five of Wands here. So where there was once, or where there were once obstacles, like obstructions, miscommunications, coming up against walls, trying to get things done, now everything flows very, very easily in your favor. You can ask the universe for a sign. You can ask the universe for help. You can ask for whatever you want. And I feel very quickly you receive what you need. And it's all because you're not living in a state of resistance anymore like you were with the Eight of Cups. The Devil card. Okay. With the Devil card, Spirit says it's very, very important that you don't give into your ego. Don't let your ego hold you back from pursuing this dream, because I don't know why some of you will feel like you can't accomplish this, or, oh, okay. Some of you may be enticed to stay in a prior situation. This one here that we see that you're leaving in the Eight of Cups and the Storm Moon here. Some of you may have people around you who kind of feed self-doubts, because some people around you don't want to see you successful. Not everybody, this part isn't going to apply to every single person. But some of you may have people who lack your confidence, or people who don't want to see you improve because they're not going to improve their own lives, so they don't want to see you shine. So anything negative that comes in and tries to dissuade you, whether these are your own thoughts, your own fears, someone else's, or anything else, any kind of trickery that might come upon your path, Spirit says, no, no, no. Hold your vision. Don't let this derail you, because this is just a lower vibration. And let me tell you, you are rising up, so you don't need this at all. I almost want to take it out of the reading. Okay, so you have the High Priestess. Yes, exactly. You are finding the answers to like your entire life. Maybe not the entire thing, but what I'm saying is like your soul's journey in this lifetime. That's what you're finding here, because you're finding the secret to your happiness, the secret to your sense of purpose. And again, I keep hearing like being grounded and setting roots in something. Also, for some of you, you're helping other people with their own life path. So you could be, some of you I'm picking up will be in a healing field. Others of you could be in like coaching, or something to do with like employment, something like that, where your soul path is helping others find their soul path. And it could be, you know, any other thing that I didn't mention. I'm sure there's lots and lots of other things that you could be doing. And of course, that's just an example. That's not for every single person. But yeah, basically you're discovering the secret to a happy, successful, abundant, very, very emotionally fulfilled life for yourself. And your last card, yeah, you have the Ten of Swords. Okay. So first of all, this is the storm here. And it's also showing that, okay, so it's also showing the Eight of Cups, you walking away from something. But it took something quite dramatic to wake some of you up. Something like had to get your attention. So the same thing with these swords. Here is similar to the lightning strikes that we have here on this card. You needed to realize beyond a doubt that it was time for you to step away from something, which is what you're doing here at the Eight of Cups. And this is that dramatic thing that happened. So I feel this was probably painful, but it led to the Hermit card. It led you to surrender to the divine, because this here, this Ten of Swords, this happened. You can't take it back. It's there. So the only thing that you can do from this point is surrender to the divine and kind of open your soul basically into why this happened. And what does that mean on a deeper, deeper level? And the other thing to know, yeah, okay, let me get to that in a second. The thing that just came up, but what I was going to say is the other thing to know about this is that this is kind of like ripping off the Band-Aid, right? It's like you just have to get through it. You have to just do it. And then it's over, then you don't have to experience this again. some of you will come to the realization when you decide to step forward on this beautiful new path that you have a devil amongst you, in the sense of someone who's not going to support your journey. This could be a friend, a family member, a loved one, a romantic partner, an employer, really anything. This could even be a place where you're living. Like the environment that you're in does not support your new path. And some of you will need to let go of it, and it's going to be very painful. But what Spirit is showing me is it's like a very quick pain, kind of like ripping off the Band-Aid. It literally hurts for maybe 5 seconds, maybe 10 seconds. And then what happens is later that day, you even forget that you ripped off the Band-Aid, right? So as you're walking away, you're going to feel so much lighter and freer. But there is a little bit of pain involved with you evolving into the person that you're supposed to be. But Spirit is showing me that it's quick, it's brief, you move on. And then you like, the further away you get from this devil energy, the more you realize that it was a devil energy. So yeah, I'm going to leave it there because I feel like this isn't going to be for everybody, but you will know what I'm talking about. So that's what I see for you. I wish you so much luck. If you enjoyed this reading, please like and subscribe. And if you ever want to book a personal reading with me, you can do that on my website, which is linked below. Thank you so much for watching. Hello, group number 3. You have the Kambaba Jasper, and your card is, I believe it's Guoliang and Stillness. I tried. Hopefully I was somewhat close to the pronunciation. All right, so with stillness and the energy that I'm getting from this card, I feel like you're at a place where you're waiting for something, or you're at a crossroads, and Spirit is saying that you should sit and think about things or wait for a sign before you take any action. So I feel like there's a great realignment happening in your life, and I feel like you're going to see some sort of movement in like 3 months, because I feel like there's something with seasons changing with this card. So that can literally mean for you, when the seasons change, something's going to open up for you, and it could be any season. But I'm also picking up 3 months, where you may have an answer in 3 months, or you may have some movement within 3 months. I also feel like you may be going through a little bit of like a death and rebirth process, where certain things are falling out of your life so that new things can come together in your life. So this may definitely be a little bit of a stressful or painful or like disconcerting process that you're going through, but I do feel like things are going to balance out for you. So Spirit says have some patience through this process. All right, what can you tell us for group number 3? I feel like these are your cards right here. Jaguar, confidence, shining your light, reaching potential, and self-love. It's also number 18. Yes, that 18, that makes so much sense because that corresponds to the moon card. So, oh my gosh, look at how interesting this is. Look at this card. So your third eye is shining right here, and it's also shining right here on the Jaguar. So yeah, and I feel that's exactly why you need to sit still, because there are answers that are on their way to you, but until you have more of a full picture, Spirit says you don't want to move forward until you have that, because there's more information that's coming in that's going to play a role in where you go and how you get there. But look at this, it says reaching potential. So just because you're still for a period of time doesn't mean that you're not going to be moving soon, and it doesn't mean that there won't be growth around you. So have confidence that things are going to shift for you. This is just part of this transition that you're going through. Wow, you have number 12, moth. Okay, transformation. Oh my gosh. Transformation, endings, and beginnings and soul growth. Is this not what I've just been talking about? Like quite literally, oh my gosh, what I've been talking about. See, I was so excited. I just dropped the card. So interesting to me. I'm just taking in the energy from this card. I feel like things are lining up for you. Absolutely. This is, again, you have number 12 here. So aside from everything else that this card says, I mean, it's clear to me why they put number 12 on this card. But, with number 12, that corresponds to the Hangman. So that is a transitionary period, a time of where you're on the brink of transformation, enlightenment, getting the answers. So that's exactly what I talked about with the Jaguar card and your very first card here. So I hope that with this, what the reading is saying so far, I hope that you're getting a sense of calm and peace, because I am feeling the energy shift greatly from this card of having a great sense of worry, frustration, anxiety with sitting still. But when we're getting into these cards up here, it's kind of like, oh, okay. It's kind of like soothing, like, oh, okay, that makes sense. So I hope that some of you are feeling that way already with this reading. All right, Spirit, what else can you tell us? I feel like these are your cards. Meditate and contemplate, new moon in Pisces. Exactly. Exactly. That's what we've been talking about, because remember your third eye chakra in these two cards, those answers are there for you. You just have to be willing to hear them, willing to see them. So also meditate and contemplate. I mean, when we talk about the Hangman, number 12, that makes so much sense, because that's kind of what the Hangman does, is meditates, contemplates, really allows the third eye chakra to be activated to see, okay, where do I go from here? What do I do from here? And also knowing that you won't be here forever. This is just a transitionary period in your life before you step into that transformation. Okay, look at this. Luck is on your side, new moon in Sagittarius. So just because you're sitting still for a minute, that does not mean that you're not going to hit your mark once you receive this information here. Yeah, I also feel for some of you, there's timing that's connected here. So divine timing with luck being on your side, where things are coming together at the perfect time, in the perfect place, in the perfect way. What else can you tell us for group number 3? The Three of Cups. Wow. Okay, a couple things going on here. Remember I was talking about the seasons changing? That's exactly what you have going on here with all of these leaves falling. So, over here I was picking up winter. So here kind of winter to spring. Here we have fall to winter. So there could be something significant with the winter months for you. And it doesn't have to be that. It could just be that this is metaphorically speaking, that the seasons are changing. There's a transformation, a transition that you're going through. And what is happening throughout this entire process is something that you can celebrate. I feel that something very, very lucky is happening, because there's like a horseshoe right here. So I'm thinking of luck with that. You have luck is on your side right here. Yeah, there's just things are coming together for you. I feel, what is it? There's something else with this card. Let me set it down and look at everything for just a second. Okay, so I feel like this Spirit just really wants you to know for sure, to understand that things are coming together. You will have celebrations. There's new things coming into your life. I feel that there's also better times ahead. There's fun times ahead. I see if you've been kind of alone for a while, so either self-imposed or just because the environment, maybe certain people left your life, or maybe you just weren't, vibrating on the same level as other people anymore. There are new people coming into your life as well. I feel like They're on your side. I feel like they support you. These are unconditional friendships and relationships. Relationships can be any type of relationship. It could be work. It could be personal. It could be romantic. So yeah, anything like that. There's a very, very supportive environment that you're going to be walking into. It's just going to take a little bit of time for everything to come together. The Knight of Wands. Yeah. Okay. This makes a lot of sense. So there's a couple things going on here. For some of you, you are the Knight of Wands already, and that's why it's so incredibly painful for you to sit still, where you just want to get things going. You want to be moving, and some of you want to be moving even if you're not moving in the right direction. It's like, let me just start moving somewhere. So for those of you who are in that group, Spirit says try to calm, try to stay still, meditate and contemplate before taking action. Because if you just want to get going, even if you're not on the right path, you just want to be doing something, Spirit is saying that that could actually slow you down, because that can create problems, that can just create all these incredible roadblocks in your life, where then you're even more frustrated than you would be if you just kind of sat still for a minute or two. So that's one thing that's not going to apply to everybody. Now, the other thing that I'm feeling from this is if you stop, if you meditate, if you contemplate, if you can kind of ease your mind from like wondering what is going on in my life? Why am I still? Why aren't things happening? If you can kind of quiet that for a minute, that's when you're going to receive these downloads. That's when your third eye is going to be shining the brightest, and you're going to be receiving the most clear information for your path forward. So that also will help speed things up, because you're going to receive that information, and then you can move forward as quickly as you want with a new path, a new direction, new ideas, whatever it is that you have here. The Five of Swords. Yeah. So, gosh, I'm just getting like so many different feelings from your cards. So first of all, you have endings and beginnings here, right? So we definitely have endings and beginnings here. There was something about a path that you were on that I feel you could not shine your light. I feel you couldn't reach your potential. And I feel if you stayed in that situation, you would have been sacrificing a lot of like sacrificing who you are, sacrificing what you deserve in life, because there are two people. Is that another person there? Yeah, I think there's two people. There's one here and there's one here hiding behind this wall. So either someone was like taking over something, or something was like taking the spotlight away from you, where you basically didn't even have a presence. It was like you were walking on eggshells, or you were afraid to speak up, or even if you did speak up, no one would hear you. So let's say, like, for instance, so you get an idea what I'm saying. Let's say that you had a job and you really, really wanted to excel and move up within this company, and you wanted to have a successful career, but there was someone there who was always stealing the spotlight. Maybe it's like a family member of the owner of a company, and they really didn't do a great job with anything. They didn't put that much effort into anything. And here you are over here, you know, working really, really hard every day, putting in the effort, trying to get noticed. And all the boss sees is, you know, this person over here who's a relative, maybe a child of the boss, something like that. And it's like you would never get around that because of this situation going on here. And I feel like if you would have stayed in that environment, this would have ended up being you down here, where it would have just cost you so much time, so much effort, so much energy, that Spirit is saying, you know what, cut your losses, understand that this is a dead end, and meditate and contemplate and have confidence in a new direction that is coming into your life. It's going to bring in huge transformations for you. So it absolutely does not have to be about work. It doesn't have to be that situation. It's just, you know, a very simple example where a lot of you can say, okay, yeah, I can see how that relates to my situation. So you have the Sun card. So do you see what happens once you leave this behind? You start to shine. You start to shine. And look at what you have here. These two people holding hands here. So there's a commitment. There is reciprocity. You're being seen. You're being heard. You're being appreciated. The complete opposite of the Five of Swords here. Same thing with the Three of Cups over here. So what I feel with the Three of Cups and the Sun card is that this new environment, it grows. So you're building upon things. And I say that because here you have two people. And then with this Three of Cups over here, you have the three people celebrating. So it's like there's an expansion of your ideas. There's an expansion of people around you who support you, who are involved in your life on one level or another, where it's very reciprocal. Look at all of these beautiful flowers here growing. And oh my gosh, look at this, because I just saw this. I didn't put two and two together before, but look at this wall and look at how disconnected it is. And look at how, remember, this is you back here. You're hiding behind that wall because you're scared, or you're just trying to lay low, or whatever it is. Your voice isn't being heard. Look at this beautiful wall here with the flowers, with the sun shining. You're on this side of the wall. You're in the center here. You're being celebrated. You have the unicorn right here. So this is a very unique environment. This was a unique environment also, but it is flipping completely reversed. So the uniqueness of the environments is like, it's going to be a polar opposite of the uniqueness of this environment. Much, much better. The Knight of Discs, so the Knight of Pentacles. Oh my gosh, I love this so much. You are on a path. You're on a new path and you're excited. The energy that I'm getting from this person is meditating and contemplating. Definitely, if you see that person sitting there, doing, like, you've done the research, you've come up with a plan, you're on your way, you're confident, you're happy, luck is on your side, you're safe. You've already started going through the transformation here. You're stepping into something new. You also have something helping you. So I feel that something over here with the Five of Swords that wasn't being acknowledged, you're carrying that with you into this new environment, and it's going to catch attention. It's going to catch traction with someone or something, and it's going to happen at the right time. So luck on your side. And what was the other card I was feeling? Something about timing. Well, I mean, I know I talked about that earlier, but I thought there was another card with divine timing. Was it the Three of Cups? I don't remember, but anyway, it doesn't matter. I feel with these two cards together, there's something about the stillness and waiting for the right time to take action, or someone else taking action towards like offering you something or something like that at the right time. Because if somebody takes action toward you, it happens when you're ready. And then when you take action when you're ready, so are the other things that you're moving toward. Those other things are also ready for you. So you have the Two of Discs, the Two of Pentacles. Look at all these butterflies. It's so amazing to me. So yes, things may be out of balance right now, but they're coming into balance. There's a transformation, and it's just like the butterfly. You cannot rush the process from the caterpillar to the butterfly. It's going to happen when it's going to happen. But it's just, oh my gosh, it's so much different from where you were. You feel so much lighter. The environment that you're going to be in is so much healthier. Just all around, it's so much healthier. I also think that it doesn't take that long after you step into this new environment where you see things. I mean, first of all, you're going to know right away that it's a completely different energy, but I don't think it takes that long before you start to see things really kind of coming together and working out very, very well in your favor. You know, it's almost like, let's say if you start a new job and you're really excited about it and you feel like you could really grow within this company and you're really excited for your future with this company. Now, this doesn't have to be about work. I'm just using this as a very simple example. And so you start that job and then, you know, maybe 2 months, 3 months in, all of a sudden they're like, hey, you know what? We have a new department that we're opening and we would love for you to be in a leadership role in this department. Like, let's say you started off not in a leadership role and then they're like, you know, you've really proven yourself, so would you like to accept this position? It's something like that where there's quite a quick jump on the positive side for you if luck is on your side. All right. So the Page of Discs, yeah, you're planting yourself in a completely new environment. And it does feel like you're a little bit unsure at first because this environment was so, like, something maybe shocking might have happened there. But it was really like, I'm getting like a sense of disgust with something that you saw in an environment, kind of like, oh my gosh, how did I even end up in this environment? Like, it's just not you. The energy almost feels kind of sticky. Like you might want to do like an energy cleanse once you're completely rid of this environment, or even while you're still in it, but definitely once you're out of it, do a complete energy cleanse. But with the Page of Pentacles here, there's a sense of like not being completely sure. Oh my gosh, it's almost like you're walking on eggshells waiting for something to happen that happened in this environment, but it's not going to happen. That's the thing. And so Spirit says it's perfectly fine to, you know, take your time, get acclimated to this new energy, but you're going to end up loving where you end up. Look at that. You have the Ten of Pentacles. So where you're going, there's a lot of abundance. There's a sense of grounding, of you finding a place where you belong. Once again, there's like a sense of community or support. Very, very loving people, I feel. This is a place where you can nurture your dreams. You can grow your dreams. You can set your roots down here. And that sense of confusion, that sense of this mess right here, that's completely gone. It is so far gone from your life at this point that you almost even don't want to reflect on it, because I feel like some of you would have like, I don't know if I would call it necessarily PTSD, but when you think about this, it just gives you like this major ick. And so you just really don't even want to think about that anymore. And you don't have to. That's the beautiful thing. Okay, isn't this what I just said? Do you see this person down here? It looks like they have their hands over their ears, like, no, I don't want to think about this thing. And up here, you're thinking about what is directly above this card, which is the Five of Swords. And this is the beauty of this particular card in your particular reading, is that you don't have to think about it anymore. So for some of you, being in this Five of Swords energy, it was a placeholder. To like for you to be stuck here for just a minute until these beautiful things over here were ready for you. For others of you, I feel like you had to be in this environment to realize your true potential, to realize that you deserve more, and to get you to go out and find more. And then for others of you, it may have just been some kind of, maybe you had to wrap up your past life karma with certain people in this environment before you could move on to your own personal fulfillment. You know, I could go on for days and days about what the reasons for that could be. But here's the thing. You have these two amazing cups right here on this card, and that is what you're moving forward with. So did you lose anything here? Maybe you lost a sense of self or your sanity for a minute or two, but you're getting all of that back. All right, the Four of Cups. Yes. Oh my gosh, this is such a cool card. So I feel like what's happening with the Four of Cups is this is basically continuing what I just said. Through being in this environment, You're realizing your self-worth. You're realizing what you want and also what you don't want. And then this here, this cup is like that discovery, enlightenment that you're receiving, that intuitive thought that you're receiving from the third eye here and the third eye here. So this is like the answer to your prayers, the answer to your problems, the thing that's going to help eliminate that anxiety that you had over here. The Knight of Cups. Yeah, okay. Look at your cards. So here, so what I was just saying, this is that enlightenment coming in. And then you don't have to rush into anything. Remember the Knight of Wands, you don't want to go too quickly into this process. So you sit with this idea for a while. You make sure it makes sense. You have the Page of Pentacles over here, where you're thinking about things, you're contemplating things, you're coming up with a plan. And then here, you grab that cup and you go forward, like the Knight of Wands here. Only it's at a moderate pace. You're not going too fast. You're not going too slow. You feel comfortable and you're going toward, I just heard you're going toward your destiny. You're going toward a much, much, much better place than where you were in this Five of Swords. The Queen of Swords. Yeah. So I feel throughout this process, you really open your third eye chakra like we saw over here, but it stays open. You become really, really powerful. I feel like if you were in this situation again over here with the Five of Swords, you would speak up immediately. You would remove yourself from the environment. You would no longer feel like you lack confidence to do anything about that situation. And you know what you want. You know how to go out and get it. Not that you didn't before, but it's like you're just even more powerful than you were before. And your intuition is just on point, on point. And I feel like you don't accept less than what you deserve anymore, which is really amazing because you actually receive exactly what you deserve. So that is what I see for you in your situation. If you like this reading, please like and subscribe. And if you ever want to book a personal reading with me, you can do that on my website, which is linked below. Thank you so much for watching.